The Iranian F-14 is here for us to test. Not for us to actually play on battles, but for us to test. So let's take a proper look onto these amazing aircraft. Hello guys, once again it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah guys, I will leave the links in the description, okay? You need to have your wiki logged in. If it doesn't work, log out and log in the wiki, okay, again. And then click on the link with the game open and it will work, okay? So yeah, F-14A Iranian Air Force. As you see, first things that we need to look at, it is pretty much the same. We're gonna fly the aircraft, okay, don't worry. But yeah, just to look at it a little bit, amazing skin. It doesn't have any other one for now. It will probably have it in the future, but yeah, for now it's just this one, which is, it's good. I love this skin. And yeah, of course, it's for the After Revolution skin. But yeah, it's an F-14A. Doesn't have anything different. AWG-9s, TF-30s, you know. The aircraft itself will be pretty much the same, okay? But then we go for the interesting part. The weapon systems. So here we can see, I mean, it's right there, but let's see it right here. We have the weapon systems. We have the AIM-9P, of course. It will be the main IR missile, although there is a footer in the files. I will leave it in the screen right now. And it is an IR missile that it's supposed to be based on AIM-9s, and it's Iranian made based on the AIM-9. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully that's added. But yeah, of course we have the R-27, normal missile. AIM-72, obviously. Ajude, of course. I already talked about this missile. And we're gonna fly a little bit. The funny part is that this missile has an enormous amount of range because it has an enormous amount of power. It's basically the same engine as the Fakur, right? Which has 150 kilometers of range. It has a little bit less because it's a heavier. I know it's the same kilograms almost. But anyway, it has a little bit less range. But the thing is that this is a semi-active radar homing missile, and it doesn't have INS, so the max range will be 40 kilometers no matter what, right? AIM-54s, of course, and then we have the Fakur 90, which is an updated AIM-54. Of course, we have the Yasser, which is a pretty good, very big rocket, and then Zunis, you know, Mark 80 series of bombs, and that's pretty much what it is. So I cannot create a proper loadout over here because I don't have the vehicle itself. But we're going to check it out later, okay? Here are the modifications, and yeah, basically we're going to test it out here. I don't have a way to test those missiles. That's kind of sad. That's really sad. I really wish I could test to you guys the missiles, but I will not be able to until Gaijin gives me the actual rental for the vehicle. But we can test fly it a little bit, and of course, in a test flight, we cannot properly see any, you know, proper tests of the missiles anyway, you know. So yeah, once I have the rental and stuff, and it probably will be what in the upcoming days. I don't know when exactly, but soon, I would say. And yeah, let's fly it out a little bit, and then I will be able to finish it up. Right, I will be able to test with you guys the powerful Fakur 90 and some of the other things. The way that those guys actually had imaging systems and stuff to actually, not imaging system, but images from testing the missiles, it was basically because they managed to get into the custom hangar with the missiles and stuff, something like that, and then you can test it out. But now I cannot because I don't have the vehicle, right? So yeah, let me kill this thing because it's annoying, this sound. Of course, it has the Vulcan, obviously. It has the flares. It has the chaff, basically the same amount. It is pretty much the same aircraft, same radar, everything. Okay, so don't expect anything different over here on the aircraft itself. It's the same aircraft. The fun part is on the loadouts. Of course, it has the AIM-9P, which is a completely different missile than the original AIM-9Hs and Gs that we have in the normal American version of the F-14, right? But still. And I think the main thing would be the FLYING and the Ajude, the Acer, those rockets and missiles will be the coolest thing to actually look at in these aircraft, because everything else is the same. And of course, as we already knew, right? Like I did a video about, we already knew that the actual vehicle that they were going to add was going to be something that was already in the game. I even did a video about that. And yeah, it's pretty much that. And why they are adding something that it's copy-paste, basically. Because apparently, this is what Gaijin is saying, okay? Not what I think. This is what Gaijin is saying. They like to introduce, of course, cool little variants of vehicles that are already in the game that will not be able to be added fully in the tech tree, because imagine adding an Iranian with FLYING 90s and stuff in the tech tree of the US. It would be very weird, right? And at the same time, they would like to introduce an aircraft that would give a player that don't have the top tiers or don't have an F-14 to be able to fly the F-14, to actually test it out and have a look, and maybe even fly to grind the US tech tree or something. It's to give players that don't have that tech tree a chance to fly a high tier aircraft on that, tech tree. So it is very, very cool. In my opinion, I think it makes sense. This is the perfect type. I know people don't like it too much, and because it's copy paste and stuff, but to be honest, guys, this is the type of event vehicle that I personally love, because prototypes and stuff, it's complicated, right? F-16AJs and Yak 141s, it's controversial. A lot of people don't like those things, and yeah, because they don't have a lot of information on them about, right? But something like this, I mean, there are some aspects of it, especially the performance of these missiles, that we just don't have the the ability to know exactly how they perform in real life. But at the same time, it is as close as we can get to a real life performance of an aircraft like this, because it is closer to an aircraft that already exists, right? So it's better, in my opinion. It makes more sense, right, as an event vehicle. There are some others that I don't like too much, like the Mirage 2000 CS4, right? I think it's problematic to add something that it's pretty much similar, like the same aircraft, even with the same skin, same missiles and everything. But something like this, I mean, you have very, very, very different missiles for you to use. I mean, not that different maybe, but they're different enough to be their own aircraft, right? So that's very cool. So yeah, guys, basically this is the F-14. Again, I cannot test fully all the capabilities of the aircraft with the missiles and stuff, but obviously I will leave the links in the description and you can check it out. Is it worth to get? Honestly, yes, both. If you are going to keep it or sell it, I really think it's worth it, because it's a very interesting aircraft for you to fly. It's different, it has a different flavor to an F-14, an aircraft that will be iconic for a long time, and it's competitive. It will probably be competitive, especially if it remains at 12.3. And at the same time, if you sell it, it's going to be worth a lot of money, okay, guys? So keep that in mind if you are going to do the event. Remember, the event starts on the 8th. And yeah, I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys. See ya.